In this session, we are going to carry forward our topic integration. In the last couple of classes, what we had discussed is, let's suppose that you need to integrate x square dx, right? And the simple step is you need to add 1 to the power, so that will be x cube divided by 3 and plus c. Right, that is the first and the basic step to integrate any function, that we need to add 1 power and then divide it by whole power. Now the question arises that when we can do or we can integrate the function, like we need to add this 1 power in it, right? If you keep remember that at the first class of integration I have told you 3 steps, right? The second step is we need to add 1 in power, right? And the third step is divide by total power. What was the first step? Because I have told you that this step is very important, but we are going to discuss it in upcoming classes. So in today's class we are going to discuss this step. It says that derivative of function should be present. If you understand this step, then trust me, you will be free to learn any formula in integration. Now what does it mean? Derivative of function should be present. If we talk about the function x squared dx, if I talk about what is the function in it, the function is x only, right? What is the derivative of x? The derivative of x is 1. So if I write in this form integral of x squared 1 dx, the derivative of this function x is present with it, right? So when the derivative is present, all we need is we need to add 1 power and then divide it by total power. So that is the method of integration. So in the last 2 lectures we had discussed step 2 and step 3 very well, and we know that how to increase 1 in the power and divide it by a whole power. Now we need to focus on step number 1, that the derivative of this function should be present. Now what does it mean? Now let's suppose that we need to integrate the function 2x plus 1 power cube dx. We need to integrate this function. Now we cannot add 1 power in this scenario. Why? What is the derivative of 2x? The derivative of 2x is 2, right? But can you find 2 here? We don't have 2 present in our question, right? I'm writing question again. Integral of 2x plus 1 power cube dx. Derivative of my function is 2 and 2 is not present. So what we are going to do, we need to multiply and divide it by 2. Alright? Keep in mind that you can integrate any function when the derivative of that function should be present with itself. So you can integrate any function when the derivative of this function is present here, right? So we need 2 here. When 2 is here, then you can easily integrate that function, and that divided by 2 will be remain same. Alright, why we multiply and divide? Because if we cancel these 2, so it will left over with 1, so it won't affect my question. Alright, all I am saying that is my function. Alright, that is my function. The derivative of my function is present. Now I can integrate. So this denominator 2, I will shift it outside the bracket, right? And now the integral of this part 2x plus 1, I can add 1 in the power, so it's 4 divided by 4 and plus c. Alright, that is the integration of this part. The derivative of this function present here, you can integrate. By integrate I mean that you can add 1 in the power and then divide it by total power. These two steps that we were following in the last couple of classes. So the final answer is 2x plus 1 to the power 4 divided by 8 plus c. So if you are confused at this point, so not to worry about, it's completely normal because that is a new thing. And what my approach is to teach you such method that will cut off your time to learn all the working formulas. That approach we can apply when we are integrating exponential functions, when we are integrating trigonometric functions. So this approach, this step is very important. It is difficult at the beginning, but once you get the idea that the differentiation part should be present in order to integrate any function, so you will go through all the exercises smoothly. Alright, so I will start with the book question, and it's question number 15 from the exercise 20.1. Now, if you observe that in all the questions we cannot just integrate any function because the derivative is not present here. So I will start with the B part here. I think A part, right? A part. So it says 3x plus 1 to the power 4. We need to integrate that function, right? First ask yourself a question. Can we integrate at this step? So your answer must be no, because the derivative is missing here. What is the derivative of this function 3x plus 1? The derivative of 3x plus 1 is 3, right? We don't have 3 here, so what I will do, I will multiply and divide it by 3. The derivative of the function now present here, right? That means it is ready to integrate. The denominator part will be as it is, right? The derivative of this function is 3x plus 1 whole power 5, right? 3x plus 1 whole power 5 and divided by total power 5 and plus c as it is. So the final answer is 3x plus 1 power 5 divided by 15 plus c. Alright, I hope that it is clear to you. So first note down the solution and you have a time of to note down all the things I told you from the start of this session. Right? So you have a time of 60 seconds to note it down, and then I will start the next part. So start. Alright, I hope that all of you had noted the solution up till now, right? Moving on to the next part, it's part B. And the question says 1 minus x to the power q. We cannot integrate the function yet, and why is it so? What is the derivative of minus x? So what is the derivative of minus x? So it's negative 1. That means that we need negative 1, right, with our function. Currently it is not present, but we can multiply and divide the function with -1. Alright, now the derivative of the function is present, right? That means function is ready to integrate. The denominator -1, I can take this denominator sign here. Alright, now when I integrate the function, so it's 1 minus x to the power 4 divided by total power 4 plus c, and the final answer is 1 minus x whole power 4 divided by 4 with the negative sign plus c. That is your answer. I hope that it is clear to you. Starting with the next part, D. And if you still have any confusion, then observe this part, d6x minus 1. Now firstly, what is the mean of under root sign? We know that under root sign is basically the power 1 upon 2. Alright. Can you integrate this function in this form? So answer is no, because the derivative of the function is not present here, right? What is the derivative of function? What is your function? Your function is 6x minus 1. Alright. The derivative of 6x minus 1. Derivative of 6x minus 1. It will be 6 because the derivative of constant is 0. Right? So what you need a 6 here. So we can multiply and divide by 6. The derivative of this function is present, that means now it is ready to integrate. The denominator 6, I will take it outside. The function will be 6x minus 1 whole power. 1 upon 2 plus 1 leads to 3 upon 2. So it's 3 upon 2 divided by 3 upon 2 and then plus c. Function is integrated now. So I hope that all of you now have a clear idea. In order to integrate any function, make sure the derivative part of this function should be present next to it, right? If it is not present, you can multiply and divide it the function by the constant, and if it is present, then you can easily integrate that function. After that, it will be 2 over 6 3s are 18, 6x minus 1 power 3 upon 2 plus c. So 6x minus 1 power 3 upon 2, 2 1s are 2, 2 9s are 18, 9 plus c. Alright, so I hope that it is clear to you, and what you need to do is you need to note down the solution D in your copy, right? And then you need to give it a try for part F, and part F is what? 1 divided by under root 3 minus 2x. Let me do in the first step for you. I will shift this in the numerator, so that will be 3 minus 2x with the power minus 1 upon 2. Alright, so first you need to note down the solution of D in your copy, and then you need to start with part F, and for this two parts you have a time of 2 minutes. So start. Alright, the first step is we cannot integrate that function because the derivative is minus 2, that is not present with the function. So we need to multiply and divide it by minus 2. Alright, now the derivative is present, that means the function is ready to integrate. Minus 1 divided by 2, this denominator I have written here, plus c because of indefinite integral, and the integration of this function 3 minus 2x minus 1 upon 2 plus 1, it's 1 upon 2 and 1 upon 2. Alright, 2 and 2 cancel, so the leftover part we have is minus under root 3 minus 2x plus c, that is your answer. I hope now it is clear to you, and if it is not 100% clear now, you have an idea that how to integrate a function. After that, moving on to part H, it says 4 divided by 3 under root 6x minus 1. You have a time of 90 seconds to give it a try, and then I will explain, so start. Alright, firstly I will arrange my question. So 4 over 3 as it is. If I shift 6x minus 1 in the numerator, so that will be 6x minus 1 with the power minus 1 upon 2. Alright, the derivative of 6x minus 1 is 6, so I need to multiply and divide it by 6 here. Now the function derivative, this is my function and the derivative is present here. So now I can integrate that function. So 4 divided by 3, 6 are 18. The derivative of function is 6x minus 1. Minus 1 upon 2 plus 1, it will be 1 upon 2 divided by whole power 1 upon 2 and then plus c. Alright, we can simplify it. 2 1s are 2, 2 9s are 18. So it will be 4 over 9. 6x minus 1 with the power 1 upon 2 plus c. Alright, moving on to the next one. After question number 15, it's question number 16. The same approach what we had discussed in question number 15, and we are going to start with part B. It says integral of 3 times 2x minus 5 with the power 2 and dx, right? The derivative of this function is not present with the function, right? So you need to solve it and you need to multiply and divide it by 2, the same approach. So first give it a try. Time for this part is 40 seconds, so start. Alright, 3 as it is, 2x minus 5 power 2 as it is. The derivative of this function 2x minus 5, it will be 2, so I need to multiply and divide it by 2 and then dx, right? Now the function is ready to integrate because the derivative part is present with next to it. So we can integrate the function. So it will be 2x minus 5 with the power 3 divided by 3. This 2 and this 3 is present as it is, right? And we have plus c. You can solve it. 3 and 3 cancel. So the leftover part is 2x minus 5 with the power 3 divided by 2 plus c, and this 2 is not have the power 3 down. That is your answer. After that, start with the d part. Integral of under root 4t minus 1 dt. Alright, again you have a time of 60 seconds, so give it a try. Start. Alright, 4t minus 1 under root means power 1 upon 2 dt. Alright, what is the derivative of this function? Derivative is 4, so I need to multiply and divide it by 4. The derivative of this function is present here, so now it is ready to integrate. So this 4 will be leave outside and the integration will be 4t minus 1. 1 upon 2 plus 1 is equals to 3 upon 2. So it's 3 upon 2 and 3 upon 2. 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, and plus c of course. So it's 4t minus 1, 3 upon 2 divided by 3 2s are 6 plus c. That is your answer. Alright, so moving on towards the next question. It's question number 17. Given that dy by dx is equals to 3x minus 2 whole square, y equals to 0 when x equals to 1, calculate the value of y when x is 1.5. So firstly, we need to find out the integration of this part to find the equation of y, right? In order to integrate, first we need to observe that the derivative of this function is present here or not, or what you can do, since it's power 2, so you can expand your bracket with a minus b whole square. That will be same as well. So if I arrange my equation, so dy equals to 3x minus 2 whole square and dx, right? Derivative of this function is 3, so I need to multiply and divide it by 3. Now the derivative part is present here, so we can easily integrate our function. So this 3 will be leave outside. 3x minus 2 whole power 3 divided by 3 plus c. So it is 3x minus 2 whole power cube divided by 3, 3s are 9 plus c. That is my equation y. When y is 0, x equals to 1, so I am going to place those values here. When y is 0, x is 1, so it's 3 minus 2 whole power cube divided by 9 plus c. You can solve it. 3 minus 2 is 1, 1 over 9 plus c equals to 0, and c is negative 1 over 9. Alright, you got the value of c. And now calculate the value of y when x is 1.5. So I am using this equation again. Y is equals to 3x minus 2 whole power cube divided by 9 plus c is what? Minus 1 upon 9. The value of x is given, it's 1.5, that means 3 upon 2. Right, 1.5 is 3 upon 2, or you can write the decimal value if you want to. So it's 9 divided by 2 minus 2 whole power cube divided by 9 minus 1 over 9. I'm taking LCM in the numerator, so it's 9 minus 2 2s are 4 divided by 2 whole cube divided by 9 minus 1 over 9. 9 minus 4 is 5, 5 cube is 125 divided by 2 cube is 8 divided by 9 minus 1 over 9. So it's 125 divided by 9 8s are 72 minus 1 over 9. Taking LCM, and that is 72. 125 minus 8. Alright, you can solve it. 125 minus 8 is 117 divided by 72, which is equals to 1.625. That is your value of y, and this is your final answer. Alright, so I hope that it is clear to you, and you need to write down the solution in your copy, and you have a time of 2 minutes to complete the solution. So start. Alright class, moving on to the next question. It says that find a as a function of x given that dA over dx is equals to 3 times x minus 1 whole square, and that a is equals to 10 when x is 3. So basically these two things are given to find out the constant c we have, right? So firstly, you need to give it a try. First integrate it, right? And if you integrate it correctly, then substitute the values of a and x to find the value of c. And to give it a try, you have a time of 2 minutes. So start. Alright class, I hope that all of you have attempted it. So firstly, if we are going to integrate this function, so there is no need to multiply with any constant because the integrate of this function x minus 1, it will be 1, right? And if you write 1 here, it won't affect the question. So all you need is just integrate it directly. So it will be 3 times of x minus 1 power cube and whole power cube. 3 and 3 cancel, so that is equals to x minus 1 and plus c. So that is my function integrated. We have the values of a and x to find the value of c. So when a is 10, x is 3, so it's 3 minus 1 plus c. 3 minus 1 2, 10 minus 2 it's 8, so you got the value of c and that is equals to 8. When you have the value of c, you can place it in this equation. So area is equals to x minus 1 and the value of c is 8. So you got a equals to x plus 7 and that is your answer. I think I made a mistake here that I have forgotten to apply the cube sign. So when such mistakes happen in class, all of you just shout it, sir, you had missed the point there. And this thing it is a likeness in online classes. So we have x minus 1 whole power cube here, that what I forgot in the previously. Now the value of a is 10 is equals to x is what is 3 minus 1 power cube plus c. 3 minus 1 it's 2 and 2 cube it's 8. 10 plus c and the value of c is 2, right? So area is equals to x minus 1 cube plus the value of c is 2 and that is your final answer. So moving on towards the last question of today class, and before that the homework question. You need to attempt question number 18 of the same exercise, and we are going to start question number 20. Alright, find s as a function of t given that ds over dt is equals to 6 times 2t minus 1 whole square plus 1, and that s is equals to 4 when t equals to 1. So firstly we need to integrate that function, right? Alright, so if I arrange it, so ds is equals to 6 times 2t minus 1 whole square plus 1 and it's dt, right? The integral of 1, we know that it will be t. It's quite simple. The integral of this part, right, this power part, the differentiation of 2t minus 1, it will be 2. We don't have 2 right now, so what I'm going to do, I need to multiply 2 and divide it by 2. The derivative of this function is present here, so now we can integrate this function, right? So 6 is already there and this 2, it will be as it is, right? 2t minus 1. 2t minus 1 can be integrated, so that means the whole power is cube divided by total power cube plus integral of 1 is t and the constant c. On the left side we have s. Alright, 3 2s are 6 and 6 are cancelled. So s is equals to 2t minus 1 power cube plus t plus c. We have the value of s 4 and t 1. So when s is 4, t is 1. Alright, so 2 minus 1, it's 1 cube 1, so 1 plus c equals to 4, and you got the value of c, it's 2, right? Placing the value of c here, so s is equals to 2t minus 1 cube plus t and the value of c, it's 2. Alright, so I hope that all of you are clear in this concept, that in order to integrate any function, make sure the derivative part should be present right next to it, so you can integrate the function and by integration we can just increase the power by 1 and divide it by total power. Alright, so I think that it is quite enough for today class. Inshallah, in next class we are going to start exercise 20.2, that is about definite integrals, in which we need to apply limits. We are going to discuss in next class, but before that make sure that you know very well that how to integrate the function, and if its differentiation is not present, that we need to multiply and divide by the constant. Alright class, so see you in next class. Take care and Allah Hafiz.